This very wonderful bhajan, Sundara Bala Sachi Dulala. So this is a meditation on the form of Sri Gaur Sundar. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport to second chapter, shloka number 59. What happened? Oh, okay. So in second chapter, shloka number 59, where Param Drishtva Nivartate, Prabhupada is talking about, there he says that one will be able to attain higher taste and give up the lower taste when one tastes the beauty of Lord Sri Krishna. So when we meditate on the form of the Lord, Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo, a lot of purification happens and the person can get the higher taste. So our acharyas have written. So this song is by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. The author name is not given. So this particular song has got the features of Sri Gaur Sundar, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So you all can open and we'll start singing. Sundar Bala Shachi Dulala Nachata Shri Hari Kirtana Me Sundar Bala Shachi Dulala Nachata Shri Hari Kirtana Me Sundar Bala Shachi Dulala Nachata Shri Hari Kirtana Me Sundara Bala Shachi Dulala Nachata Shri Hari Kirtana Me Bhale Chandana Tilaka Manohara Bhale Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Sundar Bala Sachi Dulala Nachata Shri Hari Kirtana Me Sundar Bala Sachi Dulala So Gaur Sundar is dancing. Where? In the Kirtan. Done on Friday evening in the counseling group class. And what is the speciality here? Bhale Chandana Tilaka Manohara. So Gaur Sundar has got a beautiful tilak on his forehead and he's looking very beautiful. And something else also is decorating his face. His beautiful curly black hair is decorating his face. So that's what this particular stanza is talking about. So we'll sing this again. Bhale Chandana Tilaka Manohara Bhale Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me Alaka Shobhe Kapolana Me. Now next verse, I'll describe first and then we'll sing. Shire Chuda Darashi Bale. So on his hair, he has put chuda. He has put a different type of hairstyle. Yes. Vanapula Mala Hiya Paradole. And he is wearing a very beautiful forest garland, which is swinging when he's dancing. Then Fanirana Pita Pitambara Patambara Shobhe. So he's wearing a very beautiful yellow colored dhoti, brilliantly yellow silken garments. And Nupura Runo Juno Charano Me. And when he's dancing, is very, very beautiful and very melodious ankle bells. They're also sounding. It's a very nice verse. So whenever we are reading these lines, try to meditate on those different parts of the form of the Lord. Chire Chuda Darashi Bale Vanapula Mala Hiya Paradole Chire Chuda Darashi Bale Vanapula Mala Hiya Paradole पहिरण पीत पटांबर शोभे पहिरण नुपुर अरुण जुनु चरणों में सुंदर बाला सची दुलारा नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य राधा कृष्ण nahi anya. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya is not different than Radha and Krishna. So he's a combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna. So that's what he's telling. Radha Krishna ekatanu hai. Nidhuvana majhe bamshi bajaye. The same Radha and Krishna were doing pastimes in Nidhivan, and same Krishna was playing flute. He has appeared as Gaura Sundara. Vishwarupa ki Prabhuji sahi. And his elder brother's name is Vishwarup. Gaura Sundar's elder brother's name is Vishwarup. Then out Prakatahi Nadia me. And this personality has appeared in Nadia and is doing his various pastimes. So let us sing this stanza. Radha Krishna ekatanu hai nidhuvana majhe bamshi bajaye. Radha Krishna ekatanu hai nidhuvana majhe bamshi bajaye. Vishwarupa ki Prabhuji sahi Vishwarupa ki Prabhuji sahi Auta prakati nadya mein Auta prakati nadya mein Sundar bala sachi dulana Nachat Shri Hari Kirtana mein कोई गायत है राधा कृष्ण नाम कोई गायत है हरि गुणगान. So in that assembly where everyone was assembled there, some devotees are singing Hare Krishna and some people are glorifying the Lord's various pastimes and qualities and various other aspects. Mangalatana Mridanga Rasala. And in that place there are auspicious rhythms of the sweet Mridanga. Bhajata hai koi rangana mein. And there some people are dancing, some people are singing, and that entire performance is so spectacular. So this is the mercy of Lord Gaur Sundar, that whenever devotees come together and sing very nicely and call out his names, it is said Lord appears in that place and he starts dancing wherever his holy names are sung. So whenever kirtan happens, automatically when devotees are singing very nicely from their heart with focus, calling out for the Lord, surely Lord appears in that particular place. He's already there in Nama Avatar, but he also appears in Gaura Avatar because he likes to dance in the association of devotees. Koi gayat hai Radha Krishna naam, koi gayat hai Hari Gunagan. Koi gayat hai Radha Krishna naam, koi gayat hai Hari Gunagan. Mangalatana Mridanga Rasala, Mangalatana Bhajat hai koi rangan mein Sundar bala sachi dulana Nachat Shri Hari Kirtan mein भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर भाले चंदन अलक शोभे कपोलन में शीरे चूड़ा दर्शी भाले वन फूला माला हिय पर डोले पहिरन पीत पीतांबर शोभे पहिरन पीत पीतांबर शोभे नुपुर रुण चुनो चरणों में राधा कृष्ण एक तनु निजवन माथे बंशी बजाए राधा कृष्ण विश्वरूप की प्रभु जी सही विश्वरूप की आओ दफक कहीं नडिया में कोई गायत है राधा कृष्ण कोई गायत है हरि गुण गान मंगलतान मृदंगर साला भाजत है कोई रंगन में भाजत है कोई सुंदर बाला सची दुलारा नाचत श्री हरि की मन में सुंदर बाला सखी दुलारा नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So all are ecstatic during Kirtan. No one can sleep during Kirtan. It's an achievement if someone can do that. Yes, sleep. So this Mukam Karoti Vachalam is a very nice prayer to meditate on. We Buddha Jivas trying to understand Srimad Bhagavatam is almost like a dumb person speaking or a lame person crossing the mountains. Exactly, it's like that. In Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Sri Krishna himself, Grantha Avatar. So how can we Buddha Jivas understand Krishna or access him? Very difficult, very difficult. But then by the mercy of Sri Guru, it is possible. By their mercy, Anything is possible. Even a dumb can speak, even a lame can cross mountains. Similarly, the Bhagavatam speaker can give Bhagavatam class, and the audience in Bhagavatam class can understand what the speaker is speaking only by their mercy, or else like not possible. And another very important thing is the fortune that we have almost every week. So many Bhagavatam classes we attend, and then we have the special Friday evening Bhagavatam class. Very few fortunate souls get this opportunity to hear Bhagavatam. And this Bhagavatam is discussed only amongst devotees. See, when it comes to newcomers, we have Bhagavad Gita class. We don't speak Bhagavatam there. But when it comes to devotees, the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam is spoken and heard. Never in the past it has happened that Bhagavatam has been discussed in the association of newcomers and non-devotees. No. Only Vaishnavas, only devotees coming together and all of them relishing Srimad Bhagavatam. Madchitta madgata prana parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. At least 108 shlokas we should know, the main Bhagavad Gita shlokas. So my devotees come together. Krishna is saying, my devotees come together and they discuss about me. And two things happen with my devotees. Tushyanticha, everyone is completely satisfied. And Ramanticha, everyone is very happy. So in this way, this is the glory of Bhagavatam. If you're not satisfied after Bhagavatam class, if you're not happy after Bhagavatam class, then we have not heard Bhagavatam. Normally devotees are satisfied after Bhagavatam class. That class got over. That's it. When it comes to Shukadeva Goswami, when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed and on the banks of Ganga, all the great personalities have assembled and Parikshit Maharaj is there waiting for his death. He's asking, what is the right thing to do at this time of death? And everyone is telling different things. So at that time, the hero of Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami, he's the speaker. So he, 16 years old, not wearing any clothes, having the complexion of Lord Sri Krishna, the complexion of freshly formed rain-filled clouds, and having beautiful eyes extending till the ears, lotus petals like eyes. Very beautiful, but he's nude, not having any clothes. Even kopin he's not wearing, and he's walking from his place. And now when he was walking, so people around, they are thinking, what's wrong? Such a beautiful boy. But look at the Lord. He didn't spare him. He's become mad. Because of that, he's going around like this. And then Shukadeva Goswami is just walking. And then these people are asking, so where are you coming from? Where is your house? Who are your parents? And Shukadeva Goswami is least bothered about these questions. He's just walking. And then he comes to that place where all the great souls were sitting. And as soon as he entered that place, everyone got up. Can you imagine? Narada Muni was there, Vyasadeva himself was sitting there, all the great rishis and all the great munis, they were all sitting, Raja rishis were sitting there. All of them got up as soon as Shukadeva Goswami entered. So that time, these people who were following him to check where is he going, they all got to know, Are Bapra is a very big person. Very big person. We mistook, saying that he's a mad person. And then Shukadeva Goswami went and sat on the Vyasasana there. At that time, these people who were not devotees, they left that place. They said, Abhi hamara yahan kuch kaam nahi hai. Because only for devotees. Bhagavatam is discussed only for devotees. When it comes to non-devotees, they just need some tamasha. So tamasha to khatam ho gaya. They got to know he's a great person. So they left from that place. So in this way, right from the start when Bhagavatam was spoken, from that time onwards till date, Bhagavatam is always discussed amongst devotees. And devotees relish discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. And Prahalad Maharaj is one such great personality who would never get tired chanting the holy names of the Lord, who would never get tired discussing or speaking about Lord Sri Krishna. To such an extent, the break time that he gets when the teacher goes out, in that break time also he starts glorifying the Lord to all his demonic friends. And he starts telling, Kaumaram macharet pragyaho, dharman bhagavata hiya. Saying, we are very late. What are you people doing? Playing? You're 5 years old playing. You're supposed to practice bhakti. Already we are very late. And then he starts giving analysis. He says, if a person has 100 years of lifespan, half of his life is just sleeping. So half means 50 years is just sleeping. So in a day, 12 hours sleep. And then he says, in the childhood, they're busy playing, 10, 20 years gone in that. And then when it comes to the old age, that is spent in the pain and chinta, loneliness, another 10, 20 years. So 50 plus 20 plus 20, 90. 10 years remain. We have not yet calculated the corporate life. Shri Shri Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Mahaprabhu ki jai, Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar ki jai, Panch Tattva ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So 10 years में क्या होगा भक्ति कहाँ करेंगे? So Prahalad Maharaj was telling them, it's urgent. What are you people doing? Start practicing bhakti. So Prahalad Maharaj was not tired. Go on chanting the holy name, speaking about Krishna. And when the Lord appeared in front of him, he was so bold. He had full faith. No, he's my Lord. He's my Lord. For us, if Krishna appears in front of us, we'll be scared. Pakka hai Krishna hai ki koi bhoot hai? That's what our situation now. One speaker was telling that if Vishnu enters, from the door and we all are sitting, so we'll see a 400 form, and then first we'll go and check the color. Paint to nahi hai. And the next thing is we'll hang, so the first two arms will catch and hang to check if it's really real or chipka kya hai. Faith nahi hai, kya kare, right? But can you imagine? For the first time in that particular yuga, Lord comes in his complete unique avatar, half lion and half man. Even Lakshmi Devi is telling, I don't know who this person is. One speaker was telling that she was very scared. What if I go close to him and he slaps me tightly in front of everyone? No, I'll not go. Lord Shiva, Brahma, all of them. No, I'll not go. But this person, Prahalad, just 5-year-old boy, he's like fearless. He's just walking. And he goes, touches the feet of the Lord. And Lord is so pleased. All his anger is shant. Can you imagine? All the great Maharathis who came there. Maharati is not the right word. That's for Kurukshetra battle. All the pure devotees, all the demigods came there. All the great administrators of the universal administration. They all came there. They were offering beautiful prayers one after another. But no one could satisfy and pacify Narasimhadev. But Prahalad could do just by his touch of this very little lotus hands. He touched the fierce feet, which were again like lotus of Narasimhadev. So this Prahalad Maharaj's prayers we are discussing. Can you imagine how much potential these prayers are and how much powerful these prayers are? Prahalad Maharaj was pouring his heart when he saw his Lord in front of him. And those are these prayers that we're discussing. And we are at 24th verse now. So let's discuss from 24th verse. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. But studying Srimad Bhagavatam, every intelligent man can get experience like that of Prahalad Maharaj through the historical incidents mentioned in this great literature of spiritual knowledge. By following the footsteps of Prahalad Maharaj, one should gain thorough experience that all material opulence is perishable at every moment. Even this body, for which we try to acquire so many sensual pleasures, may perish at any time. The soul, however, is eternal. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The soul is never vanquished, even when the body is destroyed. An intelligent man, therefore, should care for the happiness of the spirit soul, not of the body. Even if one receives a body with a long duration of life like those of Lord Brahma and other great demigods, it will also be destroyed, and therefore an intelligent man should be concerned with the imperishable spirit soul. To save oneself, one must take shelter of a pure devotee. Narottam Das Thakur therefore says, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paiche Keba. If one wants to save himself from material nature's onslaughts, which arise because of material body, one must become Krishna conscious and try to fully understand Krishna. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. One should understand Krishna in truth, and this one can do only by serving a pure devotee. Thus, Prahalad Maharaj prays that Lord Nrsimhadev place him in touch with a pure devotee and servant instead of awarding him material opulence. Every intelligent man within this material world must follow Prahalad Maharaj. Mahajano yena gatha sapantah. Prahalad Maharaj did not want to enjoy the estate left by his father. Rather, he wanted to become a servant of the Lord. The illusory human civilization that perpetually endeavors for happiness through material advancement is rejected by Prahalad Maharaj and those who strictly follow in his footsteps. There are different types of material opulence, known technically as bhukti, mukti, and siddhi. Bhukti refers to being situated in a very good position, like a position with the demigods in the higher planetary systems, where one can enjoy material sense gratification to the greatest extent. Mukti refers to being disgusted with material advancement and thus desiring to become one with the Supreme. Siddhi refers to executing a severe type of meditation like that of the yogis to attain 8 kinds of perfection, anima, laghima, mahima, etc. All who desire some material advancement through bhukti, mukti, or siddhi are punishable in due course of time and they return to material activities. Prahalad Maharaj rejected them all. He simply wanted to engage as an apprentice under the guidance of a pure devotee. So here, as if Nrsimhadev is asking him, so Prahalad asked me, what do you want? And Prahalad Maharaj is like, I don't want anything. So he's saying that opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures, I don't want. And he's full confident about that. See, there is no doubt. If suppose Lord comes in front of us just after the Bhagavatam class, now we have heard everything. Now Lord is asking, so boliye, what do you want? And then with a lot of hesitation, we might say, kuch nahi chahiye. Abhi to class na. Means we will think if the Lord is asking, so I'll give you a lot of money, a very, very high paid job in which you're not supposed to work at all. And Lord will ask, do you want it? And with a lot of hesitation, we might say, no. See, the thing is, the confidence that the pure devotees have is because of the faith that they have in Krishna. And the thing that they taste, the higher taste which they have got in the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. So they have full confidence. Kuch nahi chahiye. Jo bhi hai abhi wo le lo. I don't want anything. Whatever is there with me even now, take it. No problem. Why? Because they have complete faith in the Lord, that Lord is that personality. No, will take care of everything. Why worry? So all the worry, devotees give it to Hari. They don't keep it with themselves, for sure. Because the devotees have complete faith on the Lord, that Lord will take care of me. And even if He doesn't take care, He will have some plan. So why should I worry about that? My job is to do devotional service. And now if I have to do devotional service, then I have to be under Lord's devotees. Lord is there, okay, but then I cannot do bhakti under Him. I have to do bhakti under His devotees. So the prayer is always offered like this, that please give me shelter at the lotus feet of your pure devotee. See, one thing is very obvious, like all of us now, we are in our 20s or 30s, yes. So we are there, 20s, 30s. How many more years are left? Boliye ek number. 40 years. 40. Boli lagaiye aur kuch. Any other number anyone has in the mind? Shashank, how many years more? Huh? Some number is there I can make out in your mind. Tell me the number. Yes. So that's what 30, 40, if we live till the body deteriorates, it's already deteriorating, but till we live, say 30, 40 years. 30, 40 is not a very big thing. 30, 40 years means 30, 40 Janmastamis, that's it. 30, 40 Gaur Purnimas. 30, 40 Kartik month. Just 30, 40 remaining? Can you imagine? Means one Janmastami gone, means one Janmastami out of 30 gone, means only 29 remains. Very, very short lifespan we have, very short lifespan. Ekdam chotu. Sometimes, when this thought comes, What if Maya Devi tricks me and then I lose all potency of doing anything? So what will happen? Now then a thought comes. How many years are there? 30, 40? No. Lie in one place. It's okay, chant holy name. It's a very important thing to note. We have got a very, very short span remaining. No one is going to live till 100 years, for sure. And even if we live, we'll be disgusted and frustrated with this world because no one will take care of us at that time. See, we are not great sannyasis. No, we pass stool and urine on the bed, and disciples will come. Oh, Guru Maharaj has passed stool and urine. Let me clean. Nothing like that is going to happen with us. People will be disgusted with us. Like, yaar, fir se kar diya isne. Actually, who will be interested to do that? Unless and until we are a very great spiritual personality, Mahajan. No. So the thing is, it's going to be very, very, disgusting situation. We ourselves, can you imagine passing stool and urine on the bed? You're sleeping and you're passing, you want to go out, but you cannot. And then on the bed, you're passing stool and urine. Such a disgusting situation for the person. And he's fully conscious. Fully conscious. So just a very short span is remaining. And in that short span of life, it's expected that we practice intense devotional service. But then the obstacle on this path of devotional service is all the material allurements which are there. Full Bhagavatam we know very nicely. The philosophy of Bhagavatam we know very nicely. But then as soon as some allurement comes, somehow we get just swayed with that particular allurement. Somehow. Maybe that is, maybe what you care about better. That's correct. Whatever people are talking outside is correct. We need money. We need fame. We need beautiful person with us. With whom will we enjoy? Sometimes when you people take me on bike, I feel very pity about you all. A bald head brahmachari is sitting behind you. You put a brake and I am only sticking to you. I feel very pity. Oh Lord, what have you done with these boys? And especially if you have a sports bike or something like that, I feel a lot of pity. So allurements are there, and those are actually big obstacles. And people outside, they are there to convince us. See, they are in majority, we are minority. Yes. And when people are there outside to convince us, a thought might come in the mind saying, maybe they might be correct. But this thought shouldn't come. If we analyze properly, that all this, what people are saying is enjoyment, is just very temporary and flickering. It will perish with time. No person is going to remain beautiful and handsome towards the end of life. No one. Yes, no one. Everyone has to become ugly and die. Everyone. Beautiful hair will fall. So we remove it before only. We have a practice of that. Yes. When it comes to clothes and when it comes to glamour, when it comes to capacity and talents and all that, nothing is going to help us. Nothing. Because everything is going to go. Bodily capacity will go. The possessions that we have will be taken, snatched away, and things like that. But then the entire life just goes in amassing wealth, amassing possessions, degrees on the nameplate, etc., etc. So this one thing all of us should be convinced with is all this is going to perish. Nothing is permanent. See, I'm not speaking something which I've never heard before. This is something which we have heard. It's a reminder for all of us. It is going to perish. Then why focus so much on that and take life so seriously? Some people are so serious about life. So serious. And when it comes to devotional service, not that serious. Yes. So that shows the immaturity. That the life which is going to perish with time, we're so serious about it. But then when it comes to devotional life, Prabhuji, little more time I need. Little more time I need. For anything and everything. We want to leave onion garlic, Prabhuji, little. How can I tell my parents? Yes. Onion garlic is okay. Onion garlic to the next level. That is non-veg. Prabhuji, see, parents, they're forcing me. I hope no one is having here. I'm sure no one will have. Prabhuji, parents are forcing me. I'm not interested to have, but they're forcing, no. So I have to do some justice to them. Or they'll feel bad, right? अरे खुद के टंग पे कंट्रोल नहीं है, पेरेंट्स का नाम दे रहा है. This is what happens. Our sense gratificatory tendencies are not stopped. And then we just want some reason saying, no, for them I'm doing, for this person I'm doing. This is one very important point to note, that no one can force us in this world. No one. Sometimes people say, Prabhuji, manager ने force किया मुझे, मैं team lunch पे चला गया, बाहर खा लिया. Sorry, Prabhuji. Nothing like that. No one can force us. No one. Even parents cannot force. People say, Prabhuji, parents are forcing me a lot not to chant. So I stopped chanting. अरे खुद को taste नहीं है बोल. We don't have taste. Yes. If we have taste, sometimes I really wonder, when boys say that Prabhuji, parents have permission lena hai. When you had the first crush, you took permission from parents? When you watched nonsense on the mobile, internet, you took permission from the parents? अभी भक्ति करने के लिए प्रभु कंठी वाला पहनने के लिए परमिशन चाहिए. परमिशन चाहिए. पूछ के बताता हूँ. बेस में शिफ्ट होने के लिए परमिशन चाहिए. श्रील प्रभुपाद की. And it's very funny when sometimes people say, Prabhuji, brahmacharya ashram join करने के लिए permission चाहिए. As if their parents are 500. Brahma was like, he got angry. Maybe 500, one might not get angry. So the point is that we don't have control on ourselves. We have sense gratificatory tendencies. And because of that, we are attached to the perishable things, and entire life goes in that. And it becomes very difficult towards the end of life to realize that I've lost it. I've lost the opportunity. So one of the important things that a devotee is expected to do is take shelter of a pure devotee. Take shelter of a pure devotee who can help us to go back home, back to Godhead. Very nicely, it is sung by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Ekaki amar nahi paya bala harinama sankirtane tumhi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya deho Krishna namadhane. So as a Baddha Jiva, we cannot chant the holy names of the Lord. Not possible. Yes. Ajamin is saying this. Narayana, this name is so pure. And I am a fallen soul. How can I come in touch with Narayana? He's feeling so, firstly, he's feeling so bad that he's so fallen, but at the same time, he's feeling so very grateful to the Lord that you're so merciful, you have descended in the form of your holy name. So actually, we don't have any qualification to chant the holy name. Can you imagine on our tongue, which is so shabby and so filthy, which we have used for so many different nasty activities, on that tongue, Lord Krishna will dance? Can you imagine? He does that when we chant the holy names. What qualification we have? We cannot chant the holy names if we properly analyze, but then it's by the mercy. We might be chanting now, but then I'm talking about that chanting where we are continuously hearing the holy name and relishing the holy name, the sweetness of the holy name. It's not possible by our own selves. Not possible. It's only possible when Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, when they shower their mercy onto us. And we are actually beggars. What do we have? Anything that you name will be taken away with time. So how can we say this belongs to me? We are beggars. So beggars have to beg. And what are we supposed to beg for? We have to beg for Krishna. So when we say Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. So Vaishnav is very rich. Why? Why he's called as Kalpataru? He can give anything, it is said. Anything, including Krishna. Why? Because he has Krishna. So next stanza, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing. Krishna se tumhar, Krishna dete para, tumhara shakti ache. Ami to kangala, Krishna Krishna boli. Daitava pache pache. So a devotee who does not have Krishna, he cries that, no, I don't have Krishna. You have Krishna. You have power to give me Krishna. Oh Gurudev, oh pure devotee, please give me Krishna. And if he's saying, why should I give you? What if I don't give? What will you do? I'll just follow you, crying, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Have you seen beggars? No, nowadays they demand 10 rupees de de, 10 rupees de de. Yes. So they go on telling, 10 rupees, 10 rupees, 10 rupees, like that. Now we beggars, we should go around the pure devotees, Krishna, 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 Krishna. So it's a very, very nice thing to note that in devotional practice, we have to become nice beggars. Till the point we don't become beggars, it's very difficult. Very difficult. How will we get Krishna then? It's only by the mercy of a pure devotee we get Krishna. And we are so fortunate. We have Senapati Bhakta with us, and we have a direct relationship with him. Srila Prabhupada. We have a direct relationship with Srila Prabhupada. He has accepted each and every person who is going to come to ISKCON as his own disciple, Shiksha disciple. He is the preeminent Shiksha Guru. And through his books, he's giving us the instruction. Through his lectures, he's giving us the instructions. And we are expected to just follow. And his disciples, who are our spiritual masters, they are just repeating what Srila Prabhupada says. So we are already there with such an amazing, pure personality. The only thing is we have to take proper shelter of him. What do you mean by shelter? Boli? Taking shelter of Vani? Following the instructions? Yes. Surrendering on to him. It's not like you make an umbrella of his photo and then no one has a misconception, right? Yes. Shelter is like, yes, taking shelter of his Vani. And in the Vani, we will get the instructions. Through his Vani, we'll get instructions. When we follow the instructions, we are strongly connected with Sri Guru. Like just now during dinner, someone was asking that how to get connected to Sri Guru. This is the way. We hear them, and when we hear their Vani, we get instructions. When we follow the instructions, we advance in bhakti, and then we express gratitude. It's because of you, I know. And then that's how we get strongly connected, with the pure devotee. Vapo association, difficult. Vani association, very simple. It's accessible to everyone. It's available. You just open internet and you just type whatever sannyasi's name you want, any personality in ISKCON, and then you'll find the lectures available. So in this way, what we have to aspire for is to take shelter of a person who has attained Krishna or who is intensely hankering to attain Krishna. Because anyone who is intensely hankering to attain Krishna and is a fixed up devotee, one or the other day, surely, in near future, he will attain Krishna for sure. Because Krishna is eager to take devotees back home, back to Godhead. If person is intensely hankering, I want to attain Krishna, Lord will surely give himself to that devotee. So in this way, a pure devotee who has attained Krishna or who is intensely hankering to attain Krishna is a fixed up devotee. We take such devotee shelter. And by their mercy, we get the faith like what Prahalad Maharaj had. Full faith in the Lord. There's no doubt, second thought that should I take shelter of someone else? No. Complete faith in the Lord. And complete faith that everything in this material world is perishable. So no use of giving more focus and more attention to amass the material opulence or wealth or whatever. So in this way, Prahalad Maharaj is teaching us that what should we actually expect? We should expect to take shelter of a pure devotee. And a pure devotee will teach us how to hanker for Krishna. A pure devotee will teach us that how to cry for Krishna and how to literally beg for the taste for the holy name in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is a pure devotee because they're doing it, so they can teach. If someone is not doing it, how can they teach? Right? Sometimes I've seen devotees hear some lectures and then they give class and they're like, we have to hanker for attaining Krishna. And they themselves are like, kya hota hai? Attaining Krishna, hankering sab kya hota hai? What is this? We should get taste for the holy name. Rasgulla se bhi tasty hoga kya ye? And sometimes people ask, Krishna Prem matlab kya hoga? What is Krishna Prem? How will it taste? How will it feel? No, I have not attended, so I don't know. But then max to max, some thought we might get that thing that gave me this bliss, maybe Krishna Prem is a little more than that. We can never understand. It's almost like there's a bottle of honey, yes, and an ant falls in it and dies. That will be our situation when we attain Krishna Prem. We'll not understand only what to do. Yes, we'll be stunned completely. When Dhruv Maharaj got darshan of the Lord, he was completely stunned. When various other devotees got darshan of the Lord, they were completely stunned. And they want to offer prayers, but they're not able to offer prayers. So in this way, the ones who have tasted, they can talk about it. Yes, for sure. And the ones who have not, at least can hanker for that. कि कुछ तो बोल रहा है, कुछ तो होना चाहिए. इतने बार तो नहीं बोल सकता कोई. कुछ तो होना. Something is there in that. I want it. So we should hanker for that. Next, text 25. In the material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well, but nonetheless, they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. But what? There is a song in the Bengali language which states, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything has now been burned to ashes. I'm sure the saying would have been very sweet, but English has made it very plain and bitter. This illustrates the nature of material happiness. Everyone knows it, but nonetheless one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Unfortunately, all of one's plans are annihilated in due course of time. There were many politicians who planned empire, supremacy, and control of the world. But in due time, all their plans and empires, and even the politicians themselves, were vanquished. Everyone should take lessons from Prahalad Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. All of us repeatedly make plans which are all repeatedly frustrated. Therefore, one should stop such plan making. As one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it, one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. The blazing fire is Bhava Mahadavagni, the forest fire of material existence. This forest fire occurs automatically without endeavor. We want to be happy in the material world, but this will never be possible. We shall simply increase the blazing fire of desires. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. Rather, we have to follow the instruction of Lord Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Then we shall be happy. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. So happiness is very difficult to obtain. So Prahalad Maharaj is concluding, he's giving his conclusion. A great personality is telling. The great personality is saying that happiness is difficult in this world to obtain. Everyone feels that I am better and I can prove it is possible to get some happiness. See, there's a great history which is there. And everyone in the history, all the historical personalities, all of them, they have tried their best to get happiness through wealth, through association of opposite gender, through various other sense gratificatory objects. People have done that. But every time, every next generation thinks, "Arey nahi, inko kuch nahi aata tha, main karke dikhata." Yes, that's what they do. That's how technology is coming into picture, right? So they were supposed to walk. Now I will show them. I'll make cars and I'll enjoy. I'll show them. Yes. Oh, they're walking so much. Even in the house, I'll sit at one place with just one click of the remote. I'll switch on everything, whatever is needed. See, the thing is, whatever plans we do, whatever plan making we do, whatever inventions are done, whatever it is, but the fact will remain always a fact that this place is dukkhalayam and we cannot get happiness. Not possible. And we cannot prove ourselves intelligent in this world saying, my ancestors, they didn't have any brain substance. I'm the person. I'm the one who can show them how to get happiness. So somehow or the other, there's a natural attraction for sense objects that we have. Very natural. Because see, our situation is very pathetic. We came here for enjoyment. All of us. And then since we have come here for enjoyment, Lord has given us senses for enjoyment. And then there are sense objects for that enjoyment. So we have got the senses which naturally get attracted to the sense objects. And when the senses and sense objects come together, there is initial bliss that is there always. And obviously later it's poisonous. That's all we know. But our situation, you see, we have been put into this ocean of sense objects. And then we have got the senses which are craving for sense objects. And we are told, don't do sense gratification. Yes, that's so frustrating. Now, after coming to devotional service, don't do sense gratification. And the devotee is having prasadam very nicely. Is amazing dish, so nice, and this and that. And then the speaker will quote, "Bhala na khai behara, bhala na pari." Don't eat opulent food. And you want to eat food, then there should be a proper mood in which you eat the food. What is this? It's prasadam. So thing is that it's a natural tendency of the living entity, to get attracted to the sense object. So all brahmacharis are sitting here. So it's a very natural thing, for a male to get attracted to a female. Nothing is there in the body. It is just a covering, a thin covering, that makes a lot of difference. And that to the different colors of covering. Very white like cream. Yes. Or sometimes black like coal. Yes. Or in between somewhere brown. Whatever it is. I was seeing one video. This was during when I was working. Someone forwarded me a video. So there is a girl, who is looking very beautiful, and a boy. So it's like in the same video, there are two screens. Maybe a Zoom meeting is going. I don't know what was that. So the boy is looking at the beautiful face of the girl, and then she's looking very beautiful, and the boy is looking like this, and the girl starts removing her makeup. So I don't know what all things was there. So there was a pin like this, to make the eyebrows, like some, I don't know what it is. Then she removed the pin. Some transparent pins were put. Then there were some tapes, like this. So she removed the tapes. And there were false teeth which were put, which were all like very nice, like nicely aligned. She removed that. And she had two teeth coming out from the mouth. And something she had put on the nose, which made her nose look very nice. So she removed that plastic stuff that is there. And literally she was looking like Putana there. And the person saw that, and then in the video, if I'm not wrong, he fainted looking at that. Same thing. So whatever we see, very beautiful hair, yes. According to Shastra, if a lady leaves the hair just like that, there is no braid that is made. I don't know how many females are watching us on. So it is said that only demons, they leave the hair like this. Only Rakshasis. Yes. So whenever our sannyasi and others who are there, when they see that, they get disgusted completely. You cover your head first. Then the females have to cover their head. So the thing is that externally, whatever we are seeing, that might be very, very attractive eyes, attractive nose, and this and that, or whatever it is. Yes, the bodily features and this and that. Finally, it's almost like that at the time of death. So like this lady I was talking about, she removed the pin and all that. At the time of death, the skin will be removed. I'm just saying, some graphic pictures, skin will be removed. Yes, the eyes will be removed, and everything is only the skeleton will be there, finally, and the person is buried or burnt or whatever. So for that, a person is getting attracted. Full life. And then finally, when he gets a sense object to enjoy, after enjoying for some time, he gets frustrated and then starts searching for a new one. But there is no shame only. Once he has experienced that this is not proper, yes, this is something which is not giving me that happiness what I'm expecting. But still, like, maybe this lady didn't give me proper happiness, maybe that lady is looking much better. I should try there. Yes, it doesn't work like that. I was thinking it's only with brahmacharis, this happens. But then I understood with grihasthas more, this particular thing happens. Why? Because already they have got one experience and the senses will be craving more. And then, there's a lot of attraction that is there to the opposite gender. Just talking to a grihastha devotee. And like, Prabhu, acha, you people are satisfied completely, so you will not have any desires, sensual desires. Then, Prabhu, aisa nahi, aap log se double hai hum log ko. Yes. Because that's what obvious also. It's like the analogy is given here. Fire is there, and you go on putting ghee in it, thinking it will extinguish. It's almost like itna ghee dalo agni mein ki bujh jaye. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's what Sammoksha Samadhi philosophy is. You enjoy so much that you are completely saturated. Never this will happen. Never. Our all tendencies are bhoga and tyaga. For some time, we'll get saturated. And again, what will happen? The senses, they've already got the taste. They've already got the taste. It's almost like a lion. Lot of flesh he has eaten. And then even if a live person is there, maybe he will not go and harm. But after some time when he's hungry, again the same thing will happen. No, he has just tasted the blood of a human being and another human being is there. He'll go and just catch him and eat him nicely. That's what exactly happens with human beings. So sometimes I've heard this. Last time karu kya? I'll not tell you what. Last time. The mind tricks, no? Hey, last time, this last. Do it last time. But there's nothing called as last. It will just put more ghee on it. That's it. More petrol, ghee, whatever you want to call it as. Increase more desires. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that there is nothing, the topmost enjoyment in this world is the sex enjoyment that is there. And it is proved by so many historical personalities that it doesn't give the fullest satisfaction. No. That was also very flickering. And for that also mind jumps from one person to another to another to another. So what is there? Right? The topmost enjoyment is also flickering. So what is the use of it? What is the use of this material world, material life? So understanding all this, one should take an intelligent decision and restrain oneself from sense gratification. Very difficult, by the way. Because as I said, we are in the pool of sense objects. We have very strong senses. And the sense objects are coming in touch with the senses. And we are told, don't do sense gratification. Right? One devotee was telling me, when I was in base, so base OC at that time, when devotee came in, he was telling, Prabhuji, I sat in the bus and a beautiful girl entered from the front door. And I was like, I don't want to look at her, but then what to do? I was looking. Then I was intensely praying to the Lord that, oh Lord, please help me. Prabhuji, you know what happened? She got down from the bus. So actually, it's not easy. But then, when we have that intense desire to attain Krishna, to progress on the path of devotional service, Lord helps. Surely Lord helps. Yes.
Good thing is that we didn't get thrown.
Whatever, it happened, it's done. Maybe it's our turn now. So if we have that good desire to remain away from sense gratification, and if we have proper engagement for the senses, then we will be saved from sense gratification. Or it's very difficult. Very difficult. It's very natural, at least now in this century, to have sense gratification. Very natural. You open YouTube to watch, my Guru Maharaj lecture is going live, let me go for it. And then you see another video and then you click on it and then, you go on to something else. Guru Maharaj ki class khatam ho gaya. That's exactly what is happening now in the age of Kali. It's very natural to get swayed away by the sense objects. It's very, very natural. But those devotees were very fixed up, that saying, no, I know, I'll be swayed by sense objects. I have the tendency for sense gratification, but I will take shelter of Krishna. He is merciful. And the process of bhakti is so powerful that I'm so sinful, but still, the Bhakti Devi will give me shelter. She will help me to get purified. See, it's all about contamination, that's it. Because finally, with the same senses only, you have to serve the Lord. Same senses, which are craving for sense objects, with the same senses only, you're supposed to serve the Lord. So the difference between the senses now and the senses later will be contaminated ones now, purified ones later. That's the only difference. But senses are going to remain the same. Same eyes, same nose, same ears, same hands, same legs. Everything is same. Everything is same. So it's only about purification that is needed. And we need not worry much about purification. It's not that we have to stand upside down and walk like that. Or maybe hold the beads in the mouth and chant. Nothing like that. We're supposed to do. Same process with faith on the Acharya's words. We have to just keep doing day in and day out. We get some taste or we don't get taste. We keep hankering for the taste and we keep doing and keep doing and keep doing. We will do this till the last breath. And if Lord desires, He will give us taste. If He doesn't, no problem. We'll continue. We'll continue. And looking at the devotees like that, can you imagine no taste and still doing it? Even Lord will cry, itna mat kar, I'll give you taste. Take. Yes, because without having taste, still doing it, just with the mood that no, my Guru Maharaj has told so I have to do it, Prabhupada has told so I have to do it, that's a very, very big thing. That is called as Guru Nishtha. Means I don't want to do it. I actually want to do sense gratification, but no, I will not do. Yesterday I was reading Prabhupada Lilamrit, San Francisco pastimes. So one devotee, I think his initiated name became Upendra. So he met Prabhupada and then he was a vegetarian. And then Prabhupada said that Swamiji, I want initiation. Will you please accept me as your disciple? So Prabhupada said that, will you follow 4 regulative principles? And he said, yes, Swamiji, I will do. And then Prabhupada asked that what is the difficult regulative principle that you feel to follow? He was a person who was having a girlfriend, and then he was very much addicted to sex. And he was a vegetarian. And what he told Prabhupada, he said, Prabhupada, giving up non-veg is very difficult for me. And then Prabhupada said, okay, that is nothing. That's okay. But then he was getting attracted to the opposite gender or whatever. But when Prabhupada told that you can become my servant and shift here, he was so happy, he just shifted. And since he was just serving and he was just following the instruction of Prabhupada, later on he never got attracted outside. With time, it is given in that section, it is given that he was having a lot of sexual impulse at start when he was serving Prabhupada, but then with time, it all got subsided. It all went down. Can you imagine? Yes, restraining one's senses and just following the instruction. This is what is needed. Mechanical to mechanical, whatever it is. We have been told, we have to do it. So there should be one personality, at least in our life, whom we actually love. There should be one person whom we are living our life for. I mean a spiritual person. You have to be very specific in the age of Kali. You have to be very specific. There should be at least one person, one spiritual person whom we accept as our superior, at least one, whom we really love, and we are ready to follow and do anything for that person. At least one person should be there, because that person will save us. And he should be a bona fide one, by the way. He should be a mature personality. So when we take shelter of such a person, or at least have that love and affection for the person, we'll do things because he has told. See, initially we'll not have taste, no. Aisa nahi hai ki, I have so much of taste, so I'll do it. Initially, it will be all about, he has told, so I have to do it. For his pleasure, I have to do it. See, that's what all the hippies did. They never knew who Krishna is. And then they never knew what is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They never knew what is Bhagavad Gita. But they knew who is Swamiji. The only thing that they knew was who is Swamiji. That's it. And why they were doing? Because Swamiji has told. Why to give up non-veg? Swamiji has told. Why to give up girlfriend? Swamiji has told. Why to get married to the girlfriend if you want to live with her? Swamiji has told. So in this way, their entire life was just going around Swamiji. That's it. Whatever he's telling, we have to do. I was very shocked to read multiple places it is written that chanting beads, they'll hang around their neck and roam around, it seems. So whoever new person will come, they'll recognize this. They will look like hippies only. Even after, look at Prabhupada's tolerance. I'm just taking a tangent since we're talking about Prabhupada. Look at the tolerance of Srila Prabhupada. Initiation yagya is happening. Nowadays, initiation means so much of preparation goes on. New dhoti, new kopin, new uttari, harinam uttari. Wear the uttari in a proper way so that harinam is straight. Ulta nahi hona chahiye. Shave the head, and have a shikha. And wear, be very clean and pure. Fast on that day. Do nirjala till the yagya is over. And be in a very good mood. Chant the holy names. Beg and pray to the parampara that you're getting connected so their mercy should flow. All this. And here, when Prabhupada was giving the initiations there to the hippies, they were coming in jeans and shirt, and then they will wear a cap also, and they have a long hair also, they have a beard also, yes, and then they're sitting there. And then all nasty jobs they will do in front of Yagyakunda also. But Prabhupada is giving them initiation. So your name is this. And they were least bothered about the name that is given. Now when names are given, then devotees are like, Prabhuji, aapne suna kya? Theek se suna? Kya naam tha? I'm a bit confused. And then watch the recording 2-3 times to understand what name is given. They were like, it is given. In one of the interview, one person is interviewed and they're saying, Swamiji gave me some name and I was not so bothered about it. And I took the vows in front of fire sacrifice, but then I was not very much keen about following it. Like this, people are speaking. Prabhupada is all tolerant. And Prabhupada writes, and Prabhupada's mood is given there. Prabhupada knew that these people are anyways going to break the 4 relative principles. But still he accepted, thinking at least they'll chant the holy names. And some people will just throw away the beads and run away from that place because they're attracted to some people and things like that. But whoever survived, we'll talk about them. Whoever survived, they survived only because they had that intense love and attachment for Srila Prabhupada. Only because of that. Swamiji has told, Swamiji has told, Swamiji has told. Yes. So we need to have that attachment to Srila Prabhupada for his disciples, for their disciples. Anyone, at least one person. Once attachment is developed to one spiritual personality, by their mercy we'll get attached to the other spiritual personalities, whom we should get attached mandatorily. So in this way, when we are attached to a spiritual personality, since we love them, we have an affection for them, and since they are telling us something, we'll be able to do it. So I was asking this question to Harikshar Prabhu once, and I was telling Prabhu, I don't know how come this devotee, is progressing. I'll not tell the name. How come this devotee is progressing? Then Prabhuji said, he has got attachment. He's got attachment to that devotee. Now, because of that, because of him, this devotee is progressing. Right? And that's a fact. That's how it happens. So in this way, if we really want to understand what Prahalad Maharaj is saying and stand by it, that there is no happiness in this world, senses and sense object coming together will only lead to misery. It's all perishable. Everything is perishable in this world. Yes. And in the past, everyone has proved that it is not possible to get happiness in this world. All these things will be able to get convinced of and get nice realizations. And when you're following those instructions very nicely and have that attachment at least to one person in our life, one spiritual person, to be more precise. So in this way, Prahalad Maharaj is saying that the living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. So we might think, maybe by doing this, I'll get happiness. But Prahalad Maharaj is saying, Are Pagle, it's like mirage in the desert. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then he's making a very important statement here. For this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. Amazing, right? In one line, he's clearing it out. What is this body? It is just a bag of disease. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. And then here it is said that happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. So why people are still going around the different sense objects? Only because of the uncontrolled senses and nothing else. And nothing else. So we have to make sure the senses are controlled. We cannot control, but we can engage them in service of Krishna. That's the only thing that we can do and save ourselves from the sense gratification. So I pause here. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Questions, comments. Questions first, and then we can take comments from everyone.
Yes, my question is that you told we need attachment to a spiritual personality. No, the spiritual personality should be only spiritual master, or it can be someone else.
To start with at least someone who is superior to us. That someone should be speaking about spiritual master and Prabhupada so that we get attached to them. Yes. Someone who is very, very much attached to his guru. Someone is very much chaste to Prabhupada. If we are attached to such people, we'll also get that attachment and chastity towards these personalities. Yes. Because sometimes people say that Prabhuji, it's very difficult to get Vapu Seva. So it's very difficult to understand only. Very difficult to get attached. Yes. So at least that attachment should be there to at least one spiritual personality. If it is Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, that's very nice. If not, at least someone who below them, who is elevated than us, who is bona fide and who speaks from the Shastra. Shastra for us, Prabhupada books, and not any other books. Not even from Gaudiya Math. Only from Prabhupada books.
Whenever we see regarding you telling about senses and sense objects, so telling about thin layer of skin which is there and different complexions and other things. So whenever we see at least mannequins in the shops which has similar form to a woman, that also we get attracted sometimes. But thinking that there is no life in this, it's just a form of a woman, but it's just a plastic structure or something. So some intelligence will work at that point of time. So there is no life in it. What are we contemplating? Something like that. So in the same way, this woman or something in this world are reflections of Krishna's beauty, who is the topmost beautiful, and because he has smooth body and he has that complexion, fairness, and a lot of beautiful eyes. Whatever we consider, everything is beautiful. As it is said that Maduram, everything is beautiful and sweeter. So in the same reflection here, something we could see externally perceive that similar beautiful or reflection of the Krishna's beauty in the woman, and there is life also in that, not like mannequins to immediately repulse or to reject them. So there is a kind of reflection which we are unable to pull the senses from the sense objects. So Even we see that it's made of fat, blood, flesh, mucus, urine, or whatever is there. So at that point of time, because of in the illusion and the mood of a strike of impulse from inside, that realization which other souls realized after getting lot of sex satisfaction, they didn't get satisfied completely. At that point of time, it doesn't come into the picture. So how to this natural tendency to attract to Krishna's beauties, the reflection here we are controlled by it. So even we hear a lot in the practical sense or something uh, becomes very you know
Very difficult.
that's
That's what I said in the class also. That we are in the pool of sense objects and we have strong senses. As it is said in one of the verses, that deer, they have strong hearing capacity. So they are trapped by hearing only. So the hunter will play some melodious music. Elephant, they have strong genitals. So they run behind the female elephants. And they're trapped by keeping a female elephant in front of a male elephant. And then when it comes to the flies, the fireflies, they have strong eyesight or vision, and they get attracted to fire, and that's how they're burnt. As fishes, their tongues are uncontrolled, and that's how they're caught and killed. So these animals have one sense is powerful. For us, all the 10 senses are powerful to the fullest extent. Very, very powerful. Now imagine what will be our situation. So any sense which is there in our body is enough to kill us. So it's obvious, it's very normal because full life we have done sense gratification for many lifetimes. And suddenly, tilak, dhoti, kurta, kanti, we don't become pure devotees. Sensual desires will be there. Many sense gratificatory desires will be there. It will not go away so easily. But then since we have committed to the spiritual authority, so for their pleasure, we have to follow. We might get attracted, like I was telling, no? Yes. We might get attracted and we might want to see, we might want to enjoy or whatever it is.
we get so much pulse that just like Shiva run after Mohini, at least the devotee before coming to Krishna consciousness, at least the devotee stayed in bus. If I would have been there, at least before Krishna consciousness.
No, but I've not seen people running so much like Lord Shiva ran behind Mohini. That's too much of this one. But yeah, see, whatever it is, now the fact is we are contaminated. This is a fact. We have uncontrolled senses. This is a fact. From many lifetimes we have done sense gratification. It's a fact. We have the samskaras of sense gratification. That is also a fact. Yes. So now the job is we have to get purified. We will get attracted. All those things will happen. So there are different solutions given. That brahmachari shouldn't go alone. They should always be accompanied by one or two brahmacharis at least while traveling anywhere. And when it comes to now in the current scenario, using mobile phones and internet and laptops or whatever, it should be used in front of public. I mean, wherever people are there, or wherever our family members or friends who are, base devotees. Now we sit and then we work, so that mind will not cheat us. Mind will not cheat us. Mind can cheat us anytime. Any thought can come, and it will say, just Google it and see how this is done. I got this thought. I think I've already confessed once. I'll do it again. I was reading Bhagavatam 5th canto, last chapter. It is a hellish planet. So it is said that the ones who have sex with the animals, they are sent to this particular hell. And I'm hearing it the first time. I was like, sex with the animals, what does it mean? And my mind gave me an idea. Google it and see. And I was like, it's Lord's mercy. And I got that thought, and immediately I got the thought that what the hell I'm thinking. Then immediately, one of the devotee was there. I called, Pro, come here, sit here. Don't go anywhere. See, in case of Ajamil, he had all the Shastric knowledge. When he saw the Shudrani, the prostitute, embracing the Shudra, so at that time, he was contemplating everything. All Shastric things are going, no, it's not proper, etc., etc. But then that impression was there already on the mind. And then he started contemplating on that. And then the rest is history, which we know. So all this is going to happen. So one thing that we have to do is, whatever it is, we have to continue practicing bhakti intensely and follow the regulative principles very nicely. At least we shouldn't break those regulative principles. Externally, okay, the person is getting attracted or whatever it is, but then at least don't break the regulative principles. Physically, don't get into any activity. Yes. And mentally, don't contemplate so much. That is very, very important. Not to contemplate so much mentally. So at least if we are able to do these few things with time, because see, bhakti is all powerful, right? If we are a sincere devotee and having a lot of sense gratificatory thoughts, bhakti Devi will purify us. There's no doubt about that. It's just a matter of time. We have to just tolerate. You have to just tolerate and nothing else. So Krishna is saying, in Bhagavad Gita, Tam titikshasva tejeshwara. He said that. Tam titik, just tolerate. Nothing else is there. Just tolerate. So we have to tolerate. It's very, very important. We have to tolerate. Yes. It's very, very intolerable. Make sure that we are always there with devotees and we talk with devotees. We, share our heart and things like that. And also we should take care that we don't make them contaminated because of us. प्रभु जी आज मैं ये सोचा and that devotee अरे यार कल ही मैं ये सोच रहा था again somehow I overcome, again you spoiled me. So continuing practice of, my answer to your question is this, that continue practicing devotional service come what may, have full faith on devotional process, that it is powerful, it will purify me. Is the only thing is the matter of time. You have to spend more time in devotional service. And external things we have to just tolerate and avoid as much as possible, completely avoid. Because if little also we do, it's like the ghee, as it is given, ghee poured in the fire and fire will ablaze more. Right? So we have to avoid. As much as possible we have to avoid. Completely we have to avoid. And then we have to keep doing this. At times it will be very difficult, but still, we pray to Krishna, we keep doing it. The only thing is we shouldn't get into any activity. Physically, we shouldn't get into any activity. This is the point that I'm trying to make. Yes. I'm very fortunate that my counsellors don't give case studies. Prabhu ji, मेरे साथ ऐसे हुआ, मैंने कल ये सोचा, क्या करना चाहिए? Good, huh?
I have one question. Sometimes you told like there will be some liberated. You will be. Sometimes you told like you will be liberated. And sometimes you also told like there will be we don't want liberated. Why these things? Like, what is the difference between
sometimes we feel like we want to go back home and sometimes we don't feel like that?
No, that's my question is like sometimes.
आप हिंदी में बोलिए.
Yeah, sometimes you told like we need some liberated. Suppose we need some muktis, but sometimes also told like we don't need mukti. We do the devotional service in the top of that. Why?
Okay. So sometimes it is said that we should go back home, and sometimes it is said we should do selfless devotional service. Okay. So this is a mixed feeling of a devotee where whatever it is, I want to go back home, back to Godhead. At the same time, there is a desire that even if I'm not able to go back home because I'm not qualified, I will continue doing devotional service, whatever it is. So devotee wants both of it. And depending on his intensity, in what mood he's currently in, he'll anchor for that particular thing. But he anchors for both. But going back home, back to Godhead, obviously he's going to do devotional service only. Nothing else he's going to do. Right? But his anchoring is always there because it's like, okay, I'll give the example of Akrura. Akrura was going to Vrindavan from Mathura. He's having this dual thing. He's like, I want to take darshan of the Lord. And then at the same time, he's thinking, no, but I'm not qualified. Now, how can I get darshan of the Lord? No, it's not possible. And then he says, he's remembering the word called Uttama Shloka. Uttama Shloka means the one who's glorified with the best of the best verses from the Shastra. So remembering that name, he's like, no, it's not possible. I don't think I'll get darshan of the Lord. And then, he remembers another name, Achyuta. He's like, no, Lord is very merciful. No, he will give me darshan. So it's like always the devotees have, looking at their qualification and Lord's superiority, there's always that particular thing. That will this happen or will this not? But that thing, they have these desires, changing. But these two are always there. A devotee wants to go back home and intensely practice devotional service. Yes. बस ऊपर नीचे होगा, but दोनों रहेगा.
In Braj Krishna Prabhu, we were studying that initially we can just that we have to go back.
Yeah.
Because if a person doesn't have this, he will do this.
Correct.
But after some time, when he gets taste in devotional service, he loses this taste.
Yeah. Because this is for, I still spoke about sadhakas only, the ones who attain some higher taste, because they are relishing something which is already transcendental and spiritual. Yes. So they are like, same thing is there in that place also. So why to go there? I'm here only. So I'll continue doing it here. Those devotees who are like, now who have attained that state of continuous chanting the holy names, having that intense taste for holy name, Bhagavatam, and they are like completely free from this material world and things like that. Such people, they can continue. They can continue. Right. See, finally, kuch औकात भी होनी चाहिए ना कुछ पाने के लिए. Yes. So it's like some qualification should be there to say that no, I don't want to go back. I want to be here. Right. And that qualification is this: that person attained something very high. That even going back home is like I don't want to go. I want to be here and do some seva. It's a very, very high mode. Very high mode. So we just should have this one that I want to go back home and I want to continue doing devotional service at this level, apne level pe. As you rightly said, and as Braj Krishna was telling in the class, that if you don't have the aspiration to go back home, then it will be something else that will come. I want to go to someone else's home. So that's not proper. Right? So we should have that intense desire to go back home. And Prabhupada says, and so many purports he's saying, that one should have intense desire to attain Krishna, intense desire to go back home. In so many lectures, he's saying that one should go back home, back to God. Finish Krishna consciousness business in this life. So many places, in different angles, Prabhupada has given this thing. Yeah.
What can we do to realize that we are soul, we are not this body?
Oh.
We have heard, we have also theoretically. Unless and until we realize attraction will be there.
Yeah.
But if we realize attraction will not be there, so what do you recommend?
No, there is nothing new that we are supposed to do. It's only by the mercy of the Lord that this realization will come, that we are not the body, we are spirit, soul. Because it is on the spiritual platform. So unless and until mercy of the Lord is not there, this is not going to come. So we have to do anything and everything possible to please the Lord and his devotee. So that's why it is again and again said that have that Guru Nishtha, follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada and once Guru Maharaj, follow that very nicely. Because when we follow that, that's what attracts the mercy of the Lord. And as that mercy flows, then there is this will be just the second nature to realize anything and everything that is there in the Shastra. We'll be able to realize everything. Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10:11, Tesham evanu kampartam amagyana jamtamaha nashayama atma bhavasto jnana dipena bhashvata. For the ones whom I am very merciful, as my special favor, I lit the lamp of knowledge in their heart and remove the darkness that is there. So only Krishna can do this. Krishna can give us the realization. And he will do it in his own sweet way, whenever he wants. So when his mercy flows, it will happen. So how the mercy will be attracted, that we should know. And that is possible when we are serving the devotees, following their instructions. And then when they recommend our name and they pray for us. So it's all about recommendation, where they recommend our name and then mercy flows from here. So only by the mercy of the Lord will we be able to realize this particular thing. That we are spirit, soul, we are part and parcel of Krishna. I am servant of Krishna. I'm supposed to go back home. All these different realizations will come. Because there is no as a black and white method or there's a step 1, ye karo, step 2, nothing like that. It's like causeless mercy of the Lord flows in life and the devotee realizes. And then when someone comes and says that, no, I'm getting attracted, Prabhuji, attracted? What's your problem? This much also you don't understand. So the mood of the devotee will be different. No, he has realized. No, we have not realized. Yes. So I personally met some devotees like that. You don't have taste for chanting the holy names? What's your problem? Something like that. So by the mercy of the Lord, this realization will come. We have to just find out how to attract the mercy of the Lord. And it is given already by serving his devotees. For us, we have to just serve Srila Prabhupada's mission nicely. Mercy will come. Even if we don't realize we are spirit, soul, if we are serving Prabhupada's mission till our last breath, Prabhupada will take us back home. No worries. I'll take you back home. There you realize yourself after seeing all the spirit souls around. So,
even we realize ourselves as spirit soul, that enjoying tendency and the attraction towards the illusory pleasures is there then. Because we were once spirit soul, that time, because of that only we came to material world. Even that realization comes then.
No, it will not happen all the time, as Acharyas say. So if we realize that we are spirit soul and we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we attain that prema, we attain that prema, love of Godhead, then there is no question of attraction in this world. As Prabhupada says, anyone who has tasted the beauty of Krishna, they cannot get attracted to anything in this world. Like that. Okay, so we will end for today. Thank you very much for joining. Please make sure that whatever we have spoken here, whatever we discussed, try to meditate on that and see how you can implement at least 1 or 2 points from the class. then that's the success of the class. नहीं तो सुन लिया और छोड़ दिया. Next Friday office देखेंगे. प्रभु जी तो repeat ही करते हैं सब तो. We'll see that in the next class. No. We have to just meditate on that, and somehow or the other we have to get that intense desire to attain Krishna. For that we have to pray that, oh Lord, I don't have any desire to come to you. Please help me. I want to get that desire. बस वो desire आ जाए बस. That burning desire that I want to attain Krishna. If that comes, everything else will fall in place. So please pray for that. And the first step for that is to get the taste in the holy name, to hear the names clearly, to read Bhagavatam attentively. So please focus on this throughout the week. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I am hosting a mantra meditation retreat in IBC Panatur. So whoever is free can join. So it will be a mixed crowd of newcomers and devotees. So I'm planning to have the content in such a way that both are benefited. Hare Krishna. Physical. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद